right, one, two, three. We are live. Okay, are we live? Are we making it? Are we doing it? Are we doing this? All right, we're live, people. All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me make sure that my things are together correctly. All right. First of all, just came from the gym, so I'm experiencing the pump. But there's actually some interesting things I wanted to come and talk about. Obviously, we're going to be talking about personal finance and some of the things that made me out of money. But yeah, yeah, life is good, man. I just came from the gym. I didn't go live yesterday, so I apologize about that. But I'm very hot, so that's why you see me. If I do, you know, try not to. Let me. All right. That's fine. I'm very hot, but life is good, right? So this is where I am right now. This is not a green screen. This is live. You can see that chair is very real, or whatever else is behind me. Not a green screen. But I wanted to come on and talk about some of the things that's happening in the economy. Right now, Bitcoin is actually holding pretty steady. It's actually going to be making a lot of money. Bitcoin is essentially Bitcoin is over $100,000 and has been for the last like months, and no one is talking about it. It's hitting a 109 right now. Bitcoin is at 109. Do you remember when Bitcoin passed $40,000 for the first time and it made international news? You see, wealth happens in silence. And this is what most people are missing, right? They're buying things when they're in the news, they're buying the hype. And this is why we miss things, right? You need to be looking at the companies that no one touches. For example, no one is talking about Zscaler. I told someone about Zscaler. It went up 20%, right? No one was talking about. Everybody was talking about Tesla. Tesla was in the news. People were burning their cars, etc. Everybody was doing a lot of things about cars, and they were burning Tesla vehicles. And then this Tesla stock dropped like 40%, 50%, 60%. And then if you bought when it was actually down, guess how much money you made? 100% on your money. That's what you actually need to be able to do instead of buying things when they're already high, right? Most people are making that mistake. They're buying things when it's already in the news, when it's already making money. That's not how you make money. You actually need to buy things when they're low, right? Somebody asked me how my day is going. Robert, good to see you again. Welcome back in. Also, if you're joining us, tell me where you're watching from. B Sosa, thank you. Thank you for the 500,000 views on YouTube. You guys have been phenomenal in supporting this channel. B Sosa, the legend himself, he's calling me the legend, but really he's the legend. He's been here since before I had even 100 subs, right? So then, we really have some true legends in here. If you're joining us, tell me where you're watching from. But back to the topic. Again, thank you for 500,000 views. Back to the topic. We really do need to talk about the mistake that people are making. If something is low, look at Tesla stock. Tesla is in the news for burning cars. He's obviously getting Donald Trump. People don't like him. Okay, he's getting political. But the company is fine. So then the stock drops 50%. What do? You panic? No, you actually buy more, because if you had bought more when the stock dropped, what would have happened when the stock recovered? You made 100%. So many people got rich from Tesla. Same thing with Meta. Meta, when they were doing the metaverse, they were down maybe 60%. And then Mark Zuckerberg decided to announce that they're no longer doing metaverse. And what happened to the stock? Went ballistic. It went from whatever it was, it went up like 400%, right? Crazy. Now it's $1 trillion company. I think it's like 1.2 or 1.6 right now, right? Something crazy, right? Same thing with Amazon, again and again. Okay. And then last month, for example, right now, today is June. What's today's date? June what? June 10th? June 10th, right? June 10th. If you had gone back to April 7th, the stock market had dipped by 20%. 20%. And some of the best stocks in the world were on sale for 20, 30, 40%. Palantir, Hims and Hers, Shopify, Uber, Lyft, Amazon. Palantir alone is up 70% in 1 month. 1 month, right? Hims and Hers, over 120%. Over and over and over. You see these companies, every time stocks drop, if you actually buy when they drop, buy good companies when they drop, then you're actually going to make a lot of money. Harley, you saw my video. Thank you. I appreciate that. You could have watched anybody else's video on YouTube. I appreciate you tuning in to watch mine. So Harley, thank you. I appreciate you. If I could pin your comment, I would. Tesla base also died a bit because some kids started saying, "Ooh, Teslas have no soul," while Elon is making billions off of it. Yes, the company is still making money. It's still a sound company. And they are still expanding overseas. They're still trying to get into China. They're still trying to get into Europe. Okay. It's a sound company. Even if they do not sell just cars, they are selling the power grids that electric vehicles need to operate on. And they are also not only power grid, but they're also doing solar. It's an energy company, it's a tech company. The data that Tesla is collecting from its cars, Waymo needs that data. Uber needs that data. Tesla is in the best position to give that data to everybody else. Nobody else in America has that database because Tesla was first. You cannot get rid of a company like Tesla. Somebody would have to invest maybe $1 trillion to get rid of Tesla. They can't. It's a fine company. Okay. Think about these things. Just like Amazon. Imagine a world in America where we didn't have Amazon. Just imagine that. That would be impossible. I just I just ordered something off Amazon yesterday. I ordered a hair dryer to someone in Atlanta. I'm not even in America. I'm in Suriname, right? I'm in Suriname. I ordered something off Amazon and it was delivered within 2 hours to a house, a property of mine in Atlanta. Just imagine that. Crazy. And I'm not even there. These companies you cannot exist without because the world that we live in today, it requires these companies to be active. Okay? Cool. But here's the thing. I'm actually going to show you one of the key tactics that I use to actually analyze stocks. So that if you're actually coming in right now, this is actually a good time to tune in because I'm actually going to show you for the first time. I've never done this on live, but I'm actually going to show you how you can find winning stocks on repeat. Because if you do this once or twice every week, you'll actually find that you can actually locate stocks before they generate, before they pop off, before they do 400%. You can actually find them before they do that. Let me see. Let me see. He shredded that milestone. They send some Tesla owners that are influencers as well for the market. It makes people hungry to buy one and get it. I saw a guy receive a bottle of an alcoholic Tesla drink. Exactly. If this video gets 500K likes, I will drink this. He shredded that milestone. Exactly. Exactly. And what actually people are doing, people don't realize this, but Tesla, the core market of Tesla, this is how Tesla started. I'm not sure if you remember. Tesla started with the Model S. Who buys the Model S? It was $100,000 car. Remember back in 2012, 2011, 2013? Tesla, they weren't selling the Model 3. They weren't selling the Model Y. It was just the Model S. And that was an expensive ass car. Now they have the Tesla Cybertruck. I've only seen one Tesla in Suriname. And guess which one it was? The Tesla Cybertruck. $100,000 car. Because it's still a status symbol. Status symbols do well. Because as people make more money, they are going to buy the most expensive shit that they can. This is a company that's not going anywhere. They will just buy more expensive cars. All right. So let's go again. We're talking about stocks. I'm going to show you exactly how I find stocks on repeat, regardless of what the market is doing. Because you need to do what most people do. All right. I'll tell you what most people do, and this is the mistake that they make, and then I'm going to give you the information. Most people, they want to determine whether they want to buy a stock. So then what do? And this is actually really good. So I'm actually going to save this clip. Let me make sure I save it. Okay, cool. This is really good. Most people, when they go on to try to determine what stock they're going to buy, what do? They go onto the charts and say, what is the chart at today? The chart says the price is $100 and I want to wait down until it gets to 80. Okay, what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. The chart does not tell you anything about the company. It doesn't tell you whether the company is going to grow in 2 years, doesn't tell you whether the company is dying, doesn't tell you whether the. Okay, so then let's say, for example, you see the company like BlackBerry or Kodak at 100, and you're saying it's kind of expensive. I own a BlackBerry. Let me actually wait until it dips to 80. And then you buy BlackBerry when it dips from 100 to 80. Is BlackBerry actually going up? No. BlackBerry is down 99% since its highs. It's never coming back. Kodak, same thing. So then, it's not enough to just look at the chart because the chart doesn't tell you anything about the direction of the company or the health of the company. When you are buying shares or stocks, You're actually buying a piece of a company, a business, and businesses must make money. So then, the chart is actually the last thing that I teach people to look at. It's the last thing. The chart does not matter because if it doesn't pass the first step, doesn't matter what the chart is saying. I'm not buying that company because I'm only buying companies that are growing. I'm only buying companies that are making money. So then, I'll tell you where we start. You're gonna open up Yahoo Finance. This is actually how it goes. Okay, where we at? Where we at? I want to make sure I'm getting this in the clip. Okay, cool. Boom. Wicked. So you're gonna open up Yahoo Finance. You're gonna go to financials for any company that you're looking at. Financials. You're going to look at the first thing that you're going to look at is total revenue. Is total revenue growing? Usually it goes back at least 4 to 5 years. Okay. So in 2025 now, you should be able to look back at 2021 or 2020, 2020 or 2021 and see has the revenue doubled at least in those 4 years or 5 years. If it hasn't doubled, I'm not interested. If the revenue hasn't doubled in 5 years, I don't want that company. I don't want it. It's a trash company. If it has only gone up 20% in that 5 years, and there are other companies that are doing double in the same, it's not going to be able to compete. So I'm actually waiting until I can see a company that's doing double in 4 years. That's the first thing. Second thing, I'm on good time. Great. Second thing, is profit doubling in those 4 years or near doubling? Is profit up 50%? Is it up 70%? Is it up 100%? If it's over 100%, that's a good sign. It's a great sign. Then you're going to go, is cash flow improving? Is debt going down? Is free cash flow improving? Are assets going up? Is operating margin going up? These are the things I'm looking at year after year. So from 2020, is it improving? Or are they piling on debt? Are they struggling to pay their debt? That would not be a good sign. This is how I'm looking at. So then now, if I can check these things, if the revenue is doubled in the last 5 years, profit has doubled in the last 5 years, then I can go to the chart and say, okay, now what has the chart said? Now, if the revenue has doubled, what do you think the chart is supposed to do? The chart is supposed to double at least. The chart is supposed to double at least. Now, if it hasn't doubled, what does that mean? It means the stock is undervalued. If the revenue and profit has doubled in the last 4 to 5 years, but the chart is only up 50%, what does that tell me? It means that this company is about to explode when people realize just how much money it's making. And you see this over and over and over again. You can see it before it hits the waves because the market is not stupid. It's going to eventually catch up to the companies that are making money, but you get to see it first. You understand my point? Fantastic. I'm going to save this clip. I'm going to keep going. Again, once you see all of the financials for the company, the last thing that you actually go to is the chart. That's the last thing that you go on, the chart. Because once you see that the company is improving and making money year after year, making more money, then you can say, okay, is the chart responding or is the company now undervalued? In the last 5 years, revenue has doubled, but the chart, the performance, the share price has only gone up 20%, has only gone up 50%, but it has doubled and it's going to continue to double. Then I got to buy that company because it's going to more than likely 4x or 5x or 10x if it hits the right market in the next 5 years. That's share price. That's how you can find Nvidia. That's how you can find Zscaler. That's how you can find Palantir. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. It doesn't matter who's in charge of the government. Doesn't matter if there's a pandemic. Doesn't matter any of that. If they are making more money year after year, then they are going to make money and the stock price is going to go up. You're buying a business. You're not buying a share price. You're not buying just a single piece of paper. You're buying a part of a company. And if the company does better, you are going to do better. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. I wish more people just saw it that way and on such a simple basis. And I hope the way I'm explaining it is actually making sense. Because if you actually learn to see stocks this way, you can beat the market over and over and over again. You see, I can tell you because I've tried the way that most people do. I've tried to guess. And you know how much money I lost? Guess. Somebody guess. Guess how much money I lost doing it the way that everybody else does. Just guessing. Seeing the share price and pretty much gambling my money. Guess how much money I lost doing it that way. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. I just guessed. Just just what I would do, I would just say, oh, I see Facebook in the news. Let me just buy some Facebook. Oh, okay. I know. Let me look. What's it last month? Let me look at what it last year. Okay, it's at 400. Let me wait until it goes down to 350. Then I would just buy it. I would just take whatever I saw on the media or Facebook or Instagram, whatever my uncle told me to buy, I would just buy it. Guess how much money I lost? I lost $5,000. $5,000. I lost $5,000 doing that because that's stupid. No. And had I not learned that lesson, $5,000. No, remember, that's when I didn't have any money. That was all I had. Now I can take a $5,000 loss now. That's fine, right? But when I had nothing and $5,000 was like 70% of what I owned, that sucked. Right? So then now, how much money do you think I have in the stock market? Six figures in the stock market, right? The stock market alone, right? And so then the point I'm telling you right now is that if you are actually playing the game correctly, you don't have to lose money. You can actually print money out of thin air. You see what I'm saying? If I just took my stocks alone, I still would never have to work again. And I own businesses and real estate as well, and crypto. Let's not even get to that. So then, if you actually learn how to see things the right way, you'll actually be a lot more stable. That job security that everybody talks about is actually not security that you want. It's actually, you need to be so firm and so fit on your foundation, your financial foundation, that if the real estate market crashes, no problem. Business is not doing well, no problem. Stocks not doing well, no problem. Crypto not doing well, no problem. Because I can go from all of these angles and it's like a steady chair. You see, this is the thing about a chair. Look at this. A chair has four legs. One, two, three, four. Most people, they're in a chair with one leg because they only have a fucking job. That's not financial security. This is not security at all. This is most people. One leg, one leg, right? You have a job, you have a $300,000 job, you have a $100,000 job, $50,000 job, and you're like, oh, damn, this is my dream job. I feel so good. Now, what happens if I let this go? Boom, you see what happens? Let me show you again. One leg, what happens? This is you with one job. Okay, now you have two. You have a job and you have a side hustle going on. Okay, now you're a little bit more secure, but what happens? You lose one or you topple over. That's not secure. You need all four for a fucking chair, or at least three. To be stable, you need at least three legs. You need your job, your business, and your real estate, right? Your job, your business, and real estate. That's what it is. And then you add on that fourth piece so that you actually get more secure. Then you have five legs, six legs, seven legs, eight legs, whatever. But at least you're looking at all three. That's actually how you get freedom. That's actually what security is. Most people are just on one. That does not make sense. I hope that this, I hope that explanation is actually very clear. I'm going to save that clip. Somebody said, "Hey, hey, please, Alan, good to see you, bro." Arian, good to see you. If you're coming in, tell me where you're watching from. Obviously, we're talking about money, we're talking about financial freedom, but we can also talk about other things. Because I'm gonna be here for maybe another 20, 25 minutes. I don't know, maybe another half an hour. We'll see, depending on how this live goes. Right now, we are setting up another real estate property. We just put another deal a couple of weeks ago. So we're in the middle of doing that. We're helping some clients as well get started with their real estate journey, helping people grow their credit limits and get into business credit and business funding. So we're helping that as well. Obviously, YouTube has been growing, so you guys are. Oh, by the way, I'm injured. I'm not sure if you can see this. Do you see this? My hand? Do you see it's kind of swollen? Okay, let me show you this. You s- That's so funny. This one is swollen. You see how big that? You see how big it is? It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. I'm injured here. This is what my hand normally looks like, and you can see it's very big. Yes, I'm in a lot of pain here, but I'm still alive, and I'm still, tuning in to be helpful, right? So, uh, I'm still gonna do my duty, right? Or, my duty is to the kids in Jamaica and providing those scholarships. So I'm still gonna do what I need to do so that those kids in Jamaica can get some more scholarships, right? Oh, you saw that bird over there? That's pretty cool. But yes, this is actually very painful right here. Anyway, right. So we're starting to make sense, right? Starting to understand the picture. There's so much we talk about finance, man. It's not most people just are having the idea that it's stocks or it's crypto or whatever. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's not just about credit. It's about all of these things together. Hey Maribel, how you doing? Good to see you, Sugarfoot. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're an OG. I recognize the names when I see them. Thank you. If you haven't actually already subscribed, this is how we are. Is that I know you guys by name, so you know, come on in, and I recognize the names when I see them. We have legends in here who come in week after week, and you guys ask questions. I know, some stuff about you guys, and we share and we get personal stuff. So we're a community here. That's what we try to do, and also we learn while we have fun, which is the goal. Right. It's not just about credit. It's not just about stocks. It's not just about personal finance or your 401k or your health insurance or, tax savings or it's all of these things put together. And so if you put all these things together, then you actually have the legs that we were talking about just now. You're not on just your job security. You're on multiple legs and you're actually a lot more secure. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes it special. That's what makes it good. That's freedom. That's true freedom. When you get to do this at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday and you're not pressed for time, right? Oh wow, that's a bird's nest right there. Oh, that's wild. There's a bird's nest right here. That's pretty cool. Oh shoot. You guys want to see the bird's nest? I'm gonna show you guys the bird's nest. Let's see. Uh, I don't want to scare them. They're definitely staring at me. My fault, guys. I don't want to disturb them too much. Well, they're not okay. Well, okay. They're not really moving because they're watching me. But there they are. Okay, well, I don't want to disturb them anymore. All right, let's not disturb them anymore. But there's a bird's nest up there. They're very cute. All right, back to what we're saying. Um, I'm gonna tell some. Are you going to tell someone? No, no. They're cool. And they probably know. I don't want to disturb them because birds' nests they don't last all year. They're only for a season. Once they hatch and stuff, they're gonna move. But if they do move them, I'm sure they're gonna do it very humanely. Amazon is 93% forest. So for those who don't know, Suriname, Suriname is 93% forest. So then we're next to the Amazon rainforest. So then the respect for animals here is actually very high. So there are iguanas running around, there are lots of birds, there are fish, there's two turtles inside of the hotel. And so the birds here, like they're not gonna harm them, right? Because this is the Amazon rainforest. Everything here is protected. Right? People travel all over the world for to see these animals. There's sea turtles and stuff and dolphins. It's actually quite a phenomenal thing to see. And so the birds behind me, you don't really touch them. They're taken care of. They're going to be safe. Don't worry. Have you caught a fish live? No, I can't do that. I like fish. And, I'm not vegetarian. But I am not the person. No, I'm a bitch, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Just serve it to me on a plate and let's not talk about it. I don't want to know how it came. I don't want to know how you caught it. I don't want to know any of that. There's some guys who do, like even okay, so in Jamaica, this is the story time. I'm getting a chair. My leg is hurting me. Um, so in Jamaica, obviously we love curry goat. There's no secret about that. And in Jamaica, because we love curry goat, people have their own farms. So that my family has farms, and there are a couple of my friends who have farms, and they will have goats that they raise. From their small goats, I don't remember the kid, I think. A baby goat is called a kid, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but a baby goat is called a kid. And so they take them from when they're kids and until they become goats, and they name them, and then one day, and then turn them into curry goat. That's freaking crazy. It's psychotic, but it's normal, obviously. But I could never do that. I could never name a pet and then one day eat it. That's insane. But of course, it's normal for them. Have you ever held a gun? I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, who hasn't been shooting? I mean, I guess some people haven't been shooting. Shooting is fun. In a controlled environment and stuff. I don't carry. Obviously, because I travel over international places, so I don't. I think it's much better for me to just one, be fit. So if anything, someone comes up to me, I can always run. And being able to run away from danger, most people can't run past their 30. Most people can't run. And so me being able to run keeps me safe. I don't think I'm going to travel forever though. So then once I stop traveling, will I carry? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I will carry. I'd rather hire a bodyguard than carry. Because if I'm that rich, which I plan to be, or when I am that rich, I'll just hire a bodyguard or have people around me that carry so that I don't need to carry. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not the type of person. What gun do you like? The damn, I forgot the name. The Smith and Weston, I think is actually a pretty cool thing. Smith and Weston is a cool one. Mm, yeah, that's it. AK. There's one there's one there's one I forgot what the name of it is. But if I remember, I'll tell you. There's one that I actually do really like. It's very powerful and I like it a lot. So, but if I go shooting, whatever they have is fine. A rifle, I do like rifles. I like looking through the scope. Obviously, that's not very effective. I don't like shotguns. I think shotguns are, I don't like shotguns, but I do like, I do like rifles. The scope, very cool, very very cool. So yeah, man. I hope people are learning from this. While we come on the educated and stuff, I come on rants. So I give people a chance to join. But it's more than just obviously coming on and having educated. I hope actually you are inspired and you learn something when you come here and we talk about finance and you take something away from this that actually helps you to enjoy your life more, right? That's the goal. What gun do you like? Oh, I answered that already. Okay. But like up, so more people can come in. And ask me a questions. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from and ask me a question so that we can get some more people in here. Of course. I think I have a lot of energy right now because I just came from the gym and the gym was really good. By the way, if you're not in the gym, please try to get to the gym. There's something that here's why I started working on my quads, right? The quads right here. I learned, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I learned a couple of years ago that the correlation between how long you live and how muscular your quads are is actually very high. Oh, you saw that? They just went back in. Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Sorry, I keep disturbing them. That's very cool. So there's a high correlation. How tall are you? I'm 6'1". There's a high correlation between how muscular your quads are and how long you live. Why? Because if you're old, think about your ability to move. Your quads give you ability to move, to climb up the steps, to go visit friends, which has to do with not being lonely, to be self-dependent, to move, obviously, and to prevent falls. Falling in your old age, when you're 80 or 90, is very detrimental to your health because you can break your hip, you can crack something, right? You can crack your head, but your quad muscles keep you upright. So then, my reasoning for actually going to the gym is for old age. I want my quad muscles to keep me upright. That's why I actually started working on my legs. It's fine to have an upper body that's strength. That's fine. But your quads is actually what's going to keep you alive. But then if you look at working out that way, but you can't start when you're 60. You can't start working out when you're 50 for your quads. You actually have to start when you're 30, when you're 20, when you're 15. So that by the time that you get to 70, your quads are already have years of training. And you keep that muscle. Once your muscles start to diminish, you keep that muscle for decades. You're not gonna start when you're actually 50. You start when you're 30. That's what keeps your muscles strong. So I actually really enjoyed that. That's why I started working out, and that's why I think you should too. Even if it's just 3 days a week, work on your quad muscles. Makes a big difference. Work on it. And obviously your back, your shoulders, etc. There's this picture that says this is going to allow you to carry your own groceries when you're older, right? This is going to allow you to walk up steps when you're younger. This, is going to allow you to pick up your kids, your grandkids when you're older, and it goes through that. But if you see it that way, it's like there's correlation between what you do now when you're 20 and 30 and what you experience when you're 60, 70, 80. Very, very meaningful. Hey, how you doing? Cool. We've been live for half an hour though. Is that too much? Should I cut this live off or should I keep going? All right, G. Sidesh, how you doing? I saw your comments a couple of times. How you feeling, brother? It's good to see. Isn't it cool to see when people go live? I mean, I like going live for that reason. Let me see. I like going live because I think, it's one thing to see the shorts or the videos, but it's another thing. Oh, I don't like this background. Let me change that background. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's another thing to see. Let me see. Aha. That's much better. Hey, how you doing? That's much better. I don't know. I think it's a different thing to see, when you're on video or when you see the shorts or whatever. But if you're seeing someone that's live that you just saw on the shorts or the video, I think it makes a difference. I don't know. I like it. I like going live because then I actually get to connect on a deeper level. So Sidesh, good to see you. Good to see you. You can see the person behind the videos that you've seen. See, it's not green screen. You actually get to, hey, he's a real person. It's not AI. And I like that too, right? I think there are a lot of people who fake their YouTube, and I try not to be one of those people, right? I try to be as real and authentic as possible because I think as AI becomes more popular, being real and being human and being authentic is going to be more valuable, right? Just to sidetrack on a business tangent, if you can't tell what's real and fake anymore, then being as real as possible so that there is no doubt in your mind that this person is human, that's going to be very valuable because most people even can't tell already the difference between AI and people. And that's scary. So, yeah. The president of the United States is using AI videos now. I'm not sure if you've seen his Instagram, but some of the announcements that he makes now is completely AI. Yeah. So it's not quite possible to watch your stream every day, but half an hour. Okay. What time is it there now? That Okay, so then let me ask you a question, brother. Should I? Is it better if I go live in the morning? So you're saying it's 3:40 in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning? So then, is it better for me to go live at 9 o'clock in the morning? Oh, it's 12. Okay, okay. So then I should go live earlier. Then I see. Okay, I can do that. You know what? You're right, because when I just started going live, I went live more so before midday. Right. So no, right now it's 4 o'clock. And so then if I went live earlier, no problem, brother. If I went live 4 hours earlier, it would be like around what, 8 o'clock for you, right? 8 o'clock. Or if I went 6 hours earlier, that's around 10 o'clock. That would be, yeah, around 6 o'clock for you. Okay, cool. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I should go live before 12. That's my mistake. I'm gonna start doing that. If I go live before 12, I probably have to do it. No, I can do it here. I don't know why. I just, sometimes you do get lazy. Obviously, I'm still here, but that's the thing about discipline. Again, me being honest, yeah, sometimes I do feel lazy, but that's not an excuse because I said I was doing this, and so regardless of how I'm feeling, I'm gonna do it, right? Because that's the promise I made to you and to myself and to God, right? For you now, you're saying I look like King Vaughn. Actually, let me tell you something. That's actually a very cool compliment to me, Maribel. You want me to tell you why? You didn't know this, Maribel, but that's a very cool compliment. The reason why that's a compliment to me is because when I go to the hairdresser, I show them a picture of King Vaughn. I show them a picture of King Vaughn, and I say, "This is what I want. Give me that." So then, my it's exactly the only thing that's missing is the blonde twist because he twisted blonde hair into his black hair, which is very cool. So that's very cool. Saying I look like King Von, thank you. That made my day. I am officially King Von. Yeah, it's let me flip the wrong button. I'm King Von. I took a screenshot. That's what I did. Thank you. All right. Cool. Yeah, yeah. I'm adjusting. Yeah, no problem, man. You don't gotta adjust. I'll adjust to meet you, man, because I want as many people as possible to see. I think me going live later in the day actually doesn't work for me either. So I prefer to go live earlier. So maybe I don't know, man. To be honest with you, when I like the last month or so, I've been struggling to get up before 9 o'clock. And that might sound early for you, especially it might sound early for you as someone who doesn't have to get up early at all. But even though I'm retired and I don't have a job, I like to get up at 7 or 8 the latest. I'd like to be out of my bed by 8:15, like doing something. Then me not getting up before 9, very late. And so I've been struggling with that. And I don't know why. I think obviously I've had some late nights, etc. But I like getting up before most of the world gets up. And so I really want to get back into that. And hopefully I can get back to waking up at 7 and going live. And maybe this will give me an incentive to actually start doing that again. So that's my promise to you. There you go. All right. Kadesh, I'm going to end this live. Brother, you need to get some sleep because I don't want to be the cause of you not waking up at 7. But I'm also going to go on to the next thing on my list for the day. I always go live. I'll always come on, make sure that I'm giving you guys value. And obviously, keep doing what you guys are doing, keep supporting. We're growing really fast. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Believe me, because you guys could be doing anything else with your time. You guys could be giving anybody else your attention. So I appreciate you guys coming on and sticking with me. Hopefully, you guys learned something from this live, or you were inspired, or anything of value that you got from this. So see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, peace out, peace out.